Hey everybody, Randy Reviews It here. So this might be a short video, but I wanted to do my second company call out here, and we're calling out Smith Wesson this time. So Smith Wesson had arguably one of the biggest legacies when it comes to handguns. They're a very reputable company, but it seems like they've just been pissing away their reputation. And the first thing that comes to mind is this folding pistol carbine. So it's like, and there's memes about it everywhere about how Smith & Wesson is just like hijacking Kel-Tec's ideas. And that's not a good place to be, because Kel-Tec's ideas aren't exactly known for being the most logical of things. So the fact that Smith & Wesson seems to be copying them is even more worrisome about where they're heading. So they got the FPC. They just came out with the Response, which has kind of a few interesting features, but they made like a 16-inch pistol caliber carbine, which I still don't get either. And then this year, what they've released and what they're kind of planning on releasing has been pretty lackluster on the handgun market, I think. So what did they do? They took their M&P and they released it in 5.7, or they're doing 10 millimeter stuff, or some of these obscure calibers, instead of actually innovating anything on their gun, which I get it. Those calibers are there. Some people love them, but it's very niche. Like, it's not gonna, I can't imagine the sales from these are generating that much money from just making these niche caliber things. You know, SIG's making a 10 now, or things like that. But like, instead of focusing on these calibers, they need to look at actually updating their guns or doing something different. I know the M&P 2.0 comes now with like a better trigger than that hinge thing that it used to come with, so that's a step in the right direction. But it seems like the M&P stuff is getting a little stagnant, and I'm hoping that they have something up their sleeve, because it's been depressing. And one of the other things that really made me want to call out Smith & Wesson is hope. I hope that something might be coming. I doubt it's coming. But I've fallen in love with these Smith & Wesson Generation 3 semi-automatic pistols. So these Gen 3 guns. This is a 5926. But if you go on Gunbroker and you look for these things, some of them are garnering crazy prices. Like any of the 10 millimeter ones are like above $1,000. And this is a great gun. I know some people say like SIG tried to copy some of this, but they didn't pull it off. I've shot SIG 226s, 229s. It doesn't compete. And I have a feeling like everyone's been into 1911s and 2011s, that eventually the circle's just going to come back around, where we're going to start seeing a lot more DASA guns and going back to hammers instead of striker fires. There's a lot of these guns now that are coming out with like internal hammers even. They're moving away from some of the striker fires. So I would love to see Smith & Wesson bring something like this back, but update it. You know, potentially have rails, optic mounts. I know SIG's doing the AXG series, where they're basically putting metal frames on a lot of their polymer based guns. So Smith & Wesson, I mean, the market has to be there, I would hope. And these things are just so iconic, and it shoots so amazing. I can't emphasize that enough. Like, this gun is one of my favorite shooting pistols that I've ever shot. It's just so pleasant. It's got a rough trigger, but you don't notice that really. Like, it's not enough that you notice it when you're shooting it, when you're doing things. So absolutely love it. So Smith & Wesson, if you're listening, I hope you're listening, because I would love to see it. Let's see these things make a comeback. Lucky Gunner did a really great article that tracks down like what all the different model numbers mean and all that stuff. And they never made a 5-inch 9mm, as far as I know. That would be cool. Or else make them a little bit bigger, double stacks on like the 45s or the 10mm or something like that. Because the ergos of this gun are just amazing. The weight, the recoil impulse, ever. It fits me so well, and it's so rough because I've been looking to like buy some of these off, sites and stuff, but they're so hard to track down, and they're so marked up because of where they're at with things. And these original ones had like a magazine disconnect, so you could do away with that. So there's a lot there that Smith can update, and I think they would sell really well. Hit me up in the comments if you think I'm wrong about that. If you say like, hey dummy, stick to striker fires. The M&P series is where it's at. Don't bother making these. If you think that they should bring these back, also leave a comment. Maybe Smith & Wesson will see it and move in a better direction instead of just like digging through Kel-Tec's dumpster, which is very depressing to see. So Smith & Wesson, if you're watching this, I hope at SHOT Show coming up in like 2 months that we just don't see like an M&P and 357 SIG or something really cheesy like that, where you're just like, oh, we cut the optic different or something like that. I want to see something new. I want to see something that's yours. And I really want you guys to be able to return to like kind of your own place and things. I know in the revolver market, you're kind of squared away. Like you have that on lockdown. Let's see you get back into the semi-auto market the same way. All right, everyone. I know it was a short video. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, all that jazz. If you haven't tried one of these, try it. It's awesome. I just didn't like when the decocker and safety's up here. That's a pretty terrible. I like it when it's down here. So the decocker model with the snagless hammer is really awesome. All right, everyone. Take care.